What up, everybody? It's TERZO, and we're back here after almost a month hiatus, and I have a good explanation why I've been away for about 3 to 4 weeks. First of all, I've been working on runs, as you guys can see on my fingers. They are so dirty right now. I've been working on runs. Just finishing up the Marlowe 30 Days of Night run. That one's going to be finished. We also have a few runs that we want to announce. We've teased before, like some Leatherface runs that we've been working on. And I've been doing a concept figure that will definitely be shown soon. And Paul Manzi, Distress Labs, is going to be doing a really cool diorama with it. And I'm going real heavy with it, real grimy, and also I believe, no, I don't believe, I know David Tucker did some of the clothing for it. So there we go. I've been working on that. But since I was working on Leatherface, I've been working on Leatherfaces so much, I wanted to bring you a Leatherface review. But the real main reason why I have not been able to come back, I have been dealing with COVID. So first of all, my family got COVID, so I had to stay home, watch them, my kids. They had COVID for about 5-6 days. Then it turns out I got the COVID. So I have COVID right now. And it's I don't have the symptoms, and but I'm taking it very seriously. You know, I gotta stay here locked down. So I've been working on figures, working on what I can do. And it sucks, but I feel pretty good. The only thing, I had a little bit of heavy breathing last night, and a little bit lost the taste, but not too much. But it is what it is, man. We working through it, so that shit's not gonna stop us. So fuck COVID. And of course, I canceled all my Christmas plans and my New Year's plans because I got to quarantine or isolate for 10 days. So that cancels everything out. So whatever. Thank you, 2021, for one last, you know. But as we have it here, we have a Once Customs remake Leatherface. And I believe this to be his most accurate Leatherface that he's done to screen. Alright, so as you guys know, Leatherface, Thomas Hewitt, very famous movie in 1974. It was remade in 2003, and they came out with this super dark movie, which is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2003 remake, which spawned some sequels, such as The Beginning, Leatherface, and they wanted to add a third, but they never got to, but then they just made a bunch of, like, prequels and remakes, and it just didn't pan out. They were all good, in my own opinion, because I find love in anything that sucks. So I just love Leatherface. It's one of my top favorites. So I wanted to bring this to you guys. Let me check if I'm recording. Yeah, we good. All right, so we have, like I said, Once Customs Leatherface from 2003, and this piece was made in 2018. This was Chris Parmanan's piece. I Am Toys. Check him out. Link in the description. He has a great YouTube channel. And he was selling it. And this was my favorite Leatherface that I've seen ones do, other than another one that my friend has. But I was just like, all right, I got to get this one, you know. If I can't get this one from my friend, I gotta get this one. And this one, I love the movie accuracy out of this one. So I was like, all right, we gotta make something happen. I didn't have money, but a friend of mine helped me out, so now I gotta pay him back. But either way, we got it, we landed him. You know, the hobby's expensive, but it's so damn worth it. So, talking about the piece, made in 2018. Chris did a video on it, so you guys can see his video that he did a few years ago. So you guys get a different flavor of the piece, different viewpoints. This is going to be my point of view on it. Like I said, the most movie accurate piece. If you look at the boots, they are pretty darn accurate to the movie. I know these boots were outsourced. They are not sculpted by him, but they play the part. If you can find something that plays the part to save you a little bit of time, that's cool. I love this when you hand sculpt things as well. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how something's made as long as it looks lifelike, plays the part, and it looks the piece. So I'm very excited about the direction that ones went in because it works so well. Then the pants. He customized the pants, and he just really weathered them. Now, I believe these pants, I don't know who made these pants. I don't know if it's his wife, or if he reworked something from previous. But, like I said, doesn't matter how something's made. It's just how it looks in the end, because I wouldn't care the process as long as the end product is lifelike and you can tell that passion was put into it. Now the pants are perfectly weathered. There's dirt everywhere. Just absolutely grimy. Very accurate color to the movie, as you guys can see. I'll probably put up some screenshots if I can right now. I'm just so tired. That you have these accurate pants, the accurate weathering, like the tone of the dirt is just very well done and accurate to the movie. You know, he didn't go too dark. He actually went a little bit lighter tone, so it actually would show off on the darker pants. So that's a very good artistic move on his end. And then when you move up, you start to see the apron. Now, a lot of these Leatherfaces that ones is done, you know, the aprons vary in sizes. This one is a very, very good size, because if you look at the movie screenshots, the apron only goes to this length, a little bit below his knees, not too much more, and it has two different draping materials. It has the lighter beige one, and then it has the darker tone one above. And the materials he used, I swear he ripped it right out of the movie, because it's so on point. You know, it's like a burlap, but not as quite as rough as burlap, a little bit more fine and detailed. Not retail. This isn't a retail piece, because you're not gonna find this in retail mass production. These are customs, you know, which means non-licensed figures, hard to get. But if you guys want some of these, you know, just link down below. You can hit up some of the Facebook group, 16 Horror, hit up Distress Labs, you know, you can hook it all up, you know. But the weathering, the tone, the way he painted the apron is exactly like it doesn't get any more accurate than that. It just, the folds are perfect. COVID. The folds are perfect, and just moving up, you just love the griminess, a little bit of gloss to it. Just showed like the different variations, because if you don't do a little bit of variation, this piece will be so flat in darkness that you need some variance in the dark color. So it's a very good artistic choice. I absolutely love how you see the gauntlets on his arms that protect him. Those are very accurately done. These are the most accurate ones to the movie, 1000%. He did use this on a few other Leatherfaces, which I believe he did on my friend's Leatherface. I don't remember. I gotta see pictures of it, but it's very well done. Now, one thing that I love about this, it's not overly bloody. Yes, it's really bloody for a normal figure, but for a Leatherface, it really isn't. You got a little bit of blood on his shoulders. You know, obviously a chainsaw's gored out. Obviously on his apron, on his hands. I think it's just an absolutely amazing piece. The only thing that piece does not have that leaves it from being beyond 1000% movie accurate is the rings on his fingers, but that's an easy fix. I could either go sculpt some, or I can just outsource some sideshow hands that had the rings on the fingers. That's the only thing that this Leatherface is missing. I know some Leatherfaces came with it when he reworked the sideshow ones, so. But like I said, absolutely amazing piece. Love how he actually put a very dark tone of blood, then a little bit of lighter tone in the darker parts of the apron. You guys can see the undershirt with the lines. I believe this is a reworked sideshow shirt. The weathering, the tethering is just absolutely amazing. I just love how he did the straps that hold everything together in the back. Perfect to the movie. Absolutely perfect. Just, he's got the hunchback. And then as you guys can see, he's got that black tie right there, just like in the movie. In the original, it was more of a lighter blue tone with either, depending what screenshot you use, it was either like a light red purple, magenta, or it was like a blue. But continuing on, just absolutely amazing. And then you move up to the very, very amazing head sculpt. This is my favorite head sculpt he's ever done. Not this one specifically, but this version of it. This natural looking, like he's calm, but he's like, he knows he's gonna fuck you up. So this was my favorite sculpt he ever made. The newest ones, I had the 2020 run. I liked it. It was a little bit more conceptual. This is more my style, more darker, gringier. I absolutely love it. The herring on this is perfect. Chainsaw by Sideshow. Obviously, that's how he does most of his chainsaws. And then he actually weathers them to the point where they're completely custom. Blood, repaints them, puts duct tape on them for the handle. Absolutely movie accurate. Just absolutely love it. I think this is great. It's got the pull string. And then we have a 1/6 scale bucket that obviously he put a severed hand in. And, you know, this is weathered to perfection, a real steel bucket, and just customized to pure gorification. If I could use and express those words, you know, we have the COA that says Once Customs, 6 scale custom figure, Leatherface, 03, which usually he puts Thomas Hewitt on. So this is kind of interesting I did that. And this was done on the 9th month of 2018. Good year. Didn't have COVID. Then we move on to the secondary sculpt that came with this. This piece is the whole package. It has the Screaming sculpt, which is a variant of this one, same exact paint, which was amazing that he was able to match it. Herring is just the same. It has like a nice dark human skin tone that's been rotting, but then in certain areas it's so rotted that it's black. and then it has an in-between tone of like a light brown to a darker brown, you know, as flesh would rot. As flesh would rot, that's what would happen. So the fact that he pays attention, and he has a sculpted strap in the back for to hold the skin mask, and he actually sculpted on the side here. I don't know if you guys can see, it has the mask skin ear, and then it has the real human ear of Thomas Hewitt in the back, and he sculpted some hair at the bottom as well of what Thomas Hewitt would really be like. So that was really amazing. And then to add to this amazing set that is so amazing already, we have the best Kemper head sculpt he's ever made. And I am talking about this one specifically because the herring on this one is perfect. At first, when I saw this in photos years ago, I don't know why I wasn't a fan of it, but then when you get it in hand, perfect. Like, you gotta remember, photos are so deceiving because of like nothing beats like things in hand. There have been figures that I just want to like look at and I'm like, ugh! And then all of a sudden I get them in hand, I'm like, oh, let me collect that vomit back because these are amazing, and I'm too much of a cocky idiot and I like to say stupid shit. So, but I'm saying, it's such a smooth sculpt. The paint is awesome. The skin still looks freshly like he just cut off Kemper's head off, which was Jessica Biel's boyfriend, Kemper, who got caught, and then, you know, he took his face, put it on his own face, he made a mask out of it, and then he chased Jessica Biel for a good minute. Interesting times. Now the hair is pliable, but hard at the same time, and soft. So obviously some adhesive was put on there, some chemicals to make it be stylized. This piece is 2 years old. The hair hasn't moved, hasn't changed. You can see just the dead Kemper face that he had on. Just absolutely amazing. The elongated neck piece where he cut from the neck. It's absolutely gore fest. I usually display it with this, but I just want to be inspired by Leatherface. And you can never beat the Leatherface look. I think 2003 had the scariest and most brutal look of Leatherface. Then obviously the beginning and the original. I just love every single iteration of Leatherface, whether they're stupid or not. It's just a character that it just feels so real. If you look at the original and then you look at this one, yeah, it's got that real feeling, kind of like Jason had that real feeling in the beginning, and then he kind of got zombified, and then obviously Freddy got real fucking from the beginning on. But Leatherface Myers, the first Jasons, the movies and characters that feel alive and could be in this modern day and age are the ones I love. This character was actually based on a true story. Not exactly the story they portrayed, but it was based on the story of Ed Gein, one of the most famous serial killers, where he would literally take kids, men, women, cut them up, specifically, you know, make furniture out of their skin and all that. Like, this is a true iteration. It's not as obscene as this one where it's a whole family, but it was just Ed Gein, and yeah, they caught him, you know, horrible person, but not glorifying that in any way. It's absolutely sick. But that's what the inspiration of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre came from. And that's what's scary about it, you know, that this could be in real life. And the tonality of this, that it looks like just ripped out of the screen. Every time I look at that cube, at my detox, I seem to stare at this piece specifically a little bit longer than the others. Specifically due to the realism of it, specifically due to the premise of the story, just everything. And also to mention the hunchback on the back, I absolutely love. I think it's exquisitely done. You know, in the movie he had an exaggerated hunchback, but not as big as you think. This is a perfect tone. So, absolutely love it. All the Leatherface One's customs done are really great. I've owned many of them. I've owned 1, 2, 3. I've owned 4. One of them being a concept. Love them all for what they are. Everything was really top notch. For me, it's always about the movie accuracy. There are pieces that I love, like concepts, that if you go to the extreme, like that Part 9 concept that I got, that's when I love concepts even more than sometimes screen accurate, because when it's completely pulled out of your mind and it's just to the extreme, like with the details, it's on another level. Like I said, the thing I would love for this piece to have, but it's not a deal breaker, is if he had the hands with the rings on it. and or if he had sculpted boots. But like I said, in the end, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that I am going to try and get is the sculpted ring hands from Sideshow, or I'm just going to sculpt my own and put them there. Absolutely awesome. Stellar piece. I honestly rate the paint, and if we're talking about paint for head sculpts, and just overall, I got to give it an 8.5. Absolutely. You know, because he's done these so much. But an 8.5 is definitely a fair. Structure-wise, I got to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Accuracy, 10 out of 10. Package-wise, I give it 8.5 out of 10. You know, the one thing that I wish that came with this, and I wish it comes with all boxes, but Once Customs keeps it nice and Once Customs. I love the box, like a custom-made box or something like what he did with the Tenilla run. I thought that was just an extra added touch of beauty. But Once Customs likes to keep it, you know, rugged his way, and it applies for this piece absolutely incredibly. So this is really awesome. Like I said, and an overall rating for everything, I give this a 9 out of 10. I couldn't give it any lower than that. Absolutely amazing piece. Holds forever and ever. One of the coolest iterations of Leatherface, and one of Once Customs' most amazing pieces, because he's one of the very few that could make these pieces come to life like this right off the screen. So Once Custom, once again, man, you killed it. Thank you. Keep doing your thing. And I got plenty of other reviews coming from you guys. I got a few Beto reviews. I just got a few pieces that came in that were like third party or Sideshow. You know, they wanted to review, you know, put up some Marvel things or whatever. So I definitely want to do a little bit more, like I've been promising for years but haven't achieved. But either way, until next time, guys, I've been your host, TERZO. Stay sick, subscribe, hit the like button and the notification button, please. Put your comments below. Tell me what you think of the piece. Thank you for the channel to be growing. We're over 600 subscribers in the very little amount of time we've been doing this. And for our custom hobby figure review channel, that's really good. So thank you for the love, guys. And until next time, like I said, stay sick and don't catch COVID. It's a motherfucker.